Look at yourself in the mirror right now and tell me honestly, does your face look puffier, rounder, or heavier than the rest of your body? You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone, because this is one of the most psychologically frustrating things in fitness. You lose weight everywhere else, but your face either stays the same or somehow looks even bigger. And today I'm going to break down exactly why that happens, using real science, real psychology, and real solutions that actually work. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is water retention. And I don't mean the generic drink more water advice you've heard 1,000 times. I mean the actual physiological mechanism behind it, because your face has some of the loosest, most elastic skin on your entire body, and subcutaneous fat and water sit right beneath that skin with almost nothing compressing it. Unlike your abs, which have muscle fascia holding everything tight, your cheeks and jaw have zero compression, so even a small amount of retained water or fat becomes immediately visible. And this is why bodybuilders call it moon face. It's not a fat problem first, it's a fluid and structural problem. Now here's the science part most creators skip. Your body retains water in your face for several very specific reasons. Number one being high sodium intake, because sodium is osmotically active, meaning it literally pulls water into your tissues. And the modern diet is absolutely loaded with hidden sodium in sauces, packaged foods, restaurant meals, and even protein supplements. And when your sodium to potassium ratio is off, your kidneys hold on to water to dilute that sodium, and guess where it shows up first? Your face, every single time. Number two is cortisol, your stress hormone, and this is where the psychology comes in hard. Because cortisol doesn't just make you emotionally miserable, it directly stimulates aldosterone, which is a hormone that tells your kidneys to retain sodium and water. So when you're chronically stressed, undersleeping, or overtraining, your face literally inflates on a hormonal level. And no amount of dieting will fix a face that's being puffed up by cortisol every single night because you're sleeping 4 hours and doom scrolling at 2 a.m. Number three is alcohol. And even moderate drinking causes significant facial puffiness because alcohol suppresses ADH, which is the anti-diuretic hormone. And this initially makes you urinate more, but then your body overcorrects and goes into water hoarding mode the next day, pulling fluid into your facial tissues, which is why you wake up after a night out looking like a completely different person in the mirror. Number four is your actual body fat percentage. And here's a brutal truth. The face is one of the last places most people lose fat, not because of genetics being unfair to you, but because of something called regional fat mobilization, where fat cells in different body parts have different ratios of alpha-2 versus beta-2 adrenergic receptors, and alpha-2 receptors actually resist fat breakdown, while beta-2 receptors accelerate it. And unfortunately, the face, neck, and lower body tend to have higher concentrations of alpha-2 receptors, meaning they stubbornly hold on to fat longer than your stomach or chest. And this is not a flaw in your design. This is evolutionary protection because your brain needs the fat stores near it for emergency energy. But knowing this should completely change your strategy, because instead of doing face yoga or weird facial exercises, which have zero peer-reviewed evidence behind them, you now know you need to drop your overall body fat percentage significantly before your face will follow. And for most people, that means getting to around 15% body fat for men and around 22% for women before facial fat really starts melting away noticeably. Now let's talk about the psychological dimension, because this is just as important as the biology. There's a phenomenon in cognitive psychology called the focusing illusion, described by Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman, which essentially says that whatever you focus on appears more significant than it actually is. And when you obsessively check your face in the mirror every morning, you are training your brain to amplify every small imperfection and ignore all the real progress happening in your body. And this creates a feedback loop of frustration that actually raises cortisol, which, as we just discussed, makes your face retain more water. So ironically, your psychological obsession with your face is biologically making it look worse. Your anxiety is literally inflating your face. So what do you actually do about all of this? You attack it from every angle simultaneously. You reduce sodium intake to under 2,000 milligrams per day, not by eating bland food, but by cooking your own meals and using herbs and spices. Instead of sauces, you increase potassium through bananas, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens to restore that sodium-potassium balance and signal your kidneys to flush excess fluid. You prioritize sleep like it is a training variable, because growth hormone released during deep sleep actively breaks down facial fat and water retention. You manage cortisol through 10 minutes of daily breathwork or walking in nature, which has been shown in studies to reduce cortisol by up to 20%. You reduce or eliminate alcohol, especially in the evenings. You stay in a consistent caloric deficit of 300 to 500 calories below maintenance because crash dieting actually spikes cortisol and makes facial puffiness worse, not better. And finally, you stop measuring your progress by your face in the morning mirror and instead track body weight trends over weeks. Take monthly photos in consistent lighting and measure your waist circumference, because these metrics will show you real progress that your emotionally biased morning mirror check never will. The face is the last battlefield in body recomposition, and most people quit right before the war is won. Understand the science, manage the psychology, stay consistent, and your face will catch up to the rest of your body. It always does.